All right, ladies and gentlemen and folks, if you can hear me, say yes. Okay, let's get started. So today we're gonna really analyze using AI. Has anyone ever used ChatGPT, Google Bar, anything of that nature in this class? Anybody use those? Okay. So anybody? So that means some of you used it. Now you are clear, hopefully, that you've all been using it to some degree because we've been using Grammarly. Like, I mean, that is an AI for all practical purposes. But I want to say this again. This is not an end all be all. This is somewhere you start. Does everybody got me on that? We're gonna test some things out. I'm gonna kind of go through and give y'all some examples of what things come out these bots, but give y'all some background. Okay. So right now you're gonna be working on that front sheet. Okay. And this is gonna be I Spy AI. The main goal is to be able to see the good and bad about AI. So what I want us to do first is just know a little bit about ChatGPT. Okay. Now I'm gonna say that in my research, I have found that ChatGPT has its benefits. I really like Google Bard as far as like you give you different options, is like the way it spits out information, and there are others too. Those are the main two that I'm really gonna kind of talk to you guys about today. Does everybody follow? There are tons of other ones, but those are the two that are more popular, I would say, right now. And everybody knows ChatGPT. So what I want to do right now, we're gonna watch this Wall Street Journal video about ChatGPT, and what I want you to do is just simply take notes on what it is. Is everybody clear there? Both goods and bads, to do it anywhere along the sides of your worksheet. Everybody got me on that front sheet? That's yours quick. So do it on the borders right here. So the sides and the bottom. The reason why you're doing something else on the back sheet. Is there a follow me there? Now again, I'm collecting this at the end of the day today. Okay? So you want to just take notes on what ChatGPT is, and particularly this AI bot in general. So take it on the sides and then the bottom, just what it is. Is everybody clear? If you can clear on that, give me a clap on three. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's get it.
This is your tech news briefing for Wednesday, December 7th. I'm Zoe Thomas for the Wall Street Journal. Today, we are talking about ChatGPT, a state-of-the-art conversational AI model developed by OpenAI. ChatGPT is capable of engaging in human-like conversations, providing answers to questions, and even generating original content. That little introduction was written by ChatGPT itself, after just a short prompt from me. The artificial intelligence chatbot is suddenly everywhere, reaching 1 million users on Monday, just a week after it was released, according to its maker, OpenAI. OpenAI also created DALL-E, an AI platform that creates images, including some award-winning images based on users' prompts. And those aren't the only AI programs becoming
So who is the creator of ChatGPT? OpenAI. So OpenAI is the parent company. Has everybody got me on that? And just to say, because someone said yesterday, no, you cannot cite ChatGPT. That is not a citation source. That's like citing Wikipedia, and no teacher will ever want you to do that. Has everybody got me on that? So this is just giving y'all background on what this most popular AI source is. Okay. All right.
internet sensations. But the popularity and sophistication of these programs also raises questions about how they could be used or misused. Joining us to dive into that is our personal tech reporter, Anne-Marie Alcantara. Hi, Anne-Marie. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Zoe. Thanks, as always, for having me.
So let's start talking about ChatGPT. Can you just describe what it is for any listeners who haven't come across it yet?
So first of all, ChatGPT is a tongue twister, as you can tell. Very hard to say, really fast. But most importantly, it's a free AI chatbot. Really, you can ask it anything and everything. You can ask it, basic questions that you would Google, to even asking it to write a love song for you. And it'll spit out an answer, and you'll get a different response every time you ask something.
Okay, so for anyone who hasn't tried it out yet, can you tell us what, some prompts people are putting in and the kind of answers that ChatGPT is generating?
Yes, so you can ask it really any type of question you want. As for example, we've asked it if unicorns exist, and it said, a very nice little answer that unicorns are a fictional character and most likely don't exist. Others have asked it, really deep questions such as, when will I die? And it'll tell you it can't answer for you because it just doesn't make those types of predictions. And other questions that people have asked also include very existential ones, such as, who am I? And the chatbot will respond and tell you it can't answer that for you, and that only you can define yourself and who you are. So it can be deep, it can be funny, it can be serious, it can really be anything you want it to be.
So those are some really existential questions. What about some of the more creative prompts that people are putting in?
Yeah, so the other day I asked the chatbot to write me an essay about quantum physics and Pokemon, two very unrelated topics, and the chatbot spit out a great
Give me
essay
something to
about
think about
what
that
quantum
question.
physics is, what Pokemon is, and how they actually relate to each other, even though one is rooted in reality and the other one's,
Right.
a
Let
fictional
me
character.
think about that question, okay?
And so people have been asking it questions like that. People have tried to get it to solve homework questions. Engineers who work in computer science have also tried to, figure out problems and solutions that they've been having in their workday and finding responses to that as well.
How is it coming up with these answers?
So ChatGPT was trained on massive amounts of data that the company.
Please keep down the side conversations as people are listening and trying to actually get their work done. You can have a side conversation when we're done, please.
Has gathered from the internet and other sources through 2021. And as you can imagine, it's infinite. What doesn't the internet have out there? Wikipedia alone has so much information, right? So it's kind of trained itself on that information and pulling from that to answer your questions.
Are there limitations
The better
to
your
these
notes
answers?
are on the side, the better
There's
your grade
some
going to be. It should be
limitations,
robust.
like I described. Sometimes it won't tell you a response because it can't, or, it's too existential. Some of the other limitations people have come across is that the chatbot will tell you information that isn't correct. And, maybe you're a scholar and you know that for.
Students and staff, please refer to the email sent out by Ms. Munlin regarding our ESOL students. There's a report to the PAC at this time. Please refer to the.
For a fact.
Let's talk a little more broadly about AI software, because ChatGPT isn't the only one that's taking off. What else is out there, and what is behind all of its popularity?
So some other interesting AI tools that have popped up include Lensa, which is this app that is at the top of the App Store charts right now, and it sort of takes photos that you feed it and makes a beautiful artistic photo. Some of it's really space-like, some of it feels like it's out of Middle Earth. Another one that went popular a few months ago was DALL-E 2, which is a similar function to Lensa, where it takes things you've written down, like podcaster in space recording a session, and it'll turn that into an image. And really what's driving all of this is that these AI tools are now being given to the public, given to the everyday person, and you don't need to have a degree in advanced, artificial intelligence or computer science to know how to use them. You can just do exactly what we're describing, put in whatever prompt you want and see what the results are.
I mean, if everybody has access to these, it does raise a lot of questions about how it could be used. I mean, difficulties, say, for teachers, if students use these to write essays, or, even for people making a living, for artists or, journalists trying to write stories.
Those concerns have definitely been raised with all of these types of products, and many AI experts that I've spoken to have said that we should view some of these tools not as a goodbye to those roles and professions, but more so as an enabler of enhancing your work. So if you have writer's block, you could type in a prompt and see what it tells you, and then maybe that'll get the juices flowing in your own brain. Naturally, if you're a student, maybe it'll help you understand the question better and come to your own conclusions and answers. Of course, people will probably use it in ways they shouldn't, but we'll see what guardrails end up being put in place to make sure that these things aren't abused in the ways that they definitely could be.
All right, that's our personal tech reporter, Anne-Marie Alcantara. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks.
And that's it for today's Tech.
So just again, as a reminder, using these softwares are only good to get you started. Or let's say you're having a hard time. Many 11th graders, you have to write a paper, essay, I forget exactly what it is, but it has to do about the American dream, right? Students always have issues with that. Depending on how you write in the the syntax into this AI bot, you can get some help. Does everybody got me on that? Or at least get you started. But it's not something you just go and use and say, okay, I'm going to just copy and paste this and just turn it in. You have a lot of different types of what do you call those things? Plagiarism checkers. It will come back because remember, all it's doing is get information from the internet. Does everybody follow me on that? And plagiarism could be a very big thing because here in school you get a 0. In college you can get kicked out and still have to pay back all that debt. Does everybody follow? Regardless of what level you are as athlete, speaker, or whatever it is, you can get kicked out for plagiarism. So we definitely don't want to do that. And again, I'm just saying in the sense that, hey, y'all, this is something that can help you out. All right. Any questions so far? Any questions? Nope. All right. So your task today will be, I want to present you guys and folks, 3 essays. Everybody got me on that? You have to decide of those essays, all done by ChatGPT. That's what was used for them. A student or a teacher. Does everybody got me on that? Similar, but what happens when we go through it, I put in different types of prompts. Does everybody got me on that? Because depending on what kind of prompt, and that's what I want y'all to see. Depending on the prompt, you get something out better or worse, depending on what it is. Everybody clear there? On your worksheets, what you're going to be doing is for essay 1, 2, and 3, you're going to be making comments of like why you think it's this, that, or whatever. You got to give me 3 reasons for each essay. This is something y'all be working on collaborative with a group or a pair. Does everybody got me on that? So make sure everybody's paired up. I'm going to give y'all about maybe 10 minutes to read through these, and then we'll pick up and go from there. All right, let's see where we are. Okay, first thing I want to ask everybody, and I'm not going to go by popsicle sticks, but share some of your answers. I want to get one person for essay 1, 2, 3, and just share. Not go by popsicles, just tell me your thoughts. Now, I'm going to say this too because I'm grading the last class. Get in the habit now, being detailed. Does everybody got me on that? Just saying it was short, ain't going to cut it. Why was it short? Does everybody got me on that? Why was it being short, making the use thing is either a human, a bot, or a teacher? Is everybody clear there? Get detailed. Use ink pen or mechanical pencil. Shortly, we're going to be using just ink pen. So just get used to these things. I'm trying to get y'all to transition to that part. Because one thing we want to make sure we know, even when we're doing this, those will come out perfect. Does everybody got me on that? You got to make changes. You got to be able to go with that. So anybody want to share essay 1, 2, 3, and then just tell me what essay you want to do? Huh? Go ahead. Talk about it. So essay 3. It didn't have a lot of, oh, wow, you using conjunction words. Okay. All right. So what do you think that essay 3 is? It a bot, teacher? So you think essay 3 is a ChatGPT because it don't have a lot of conjunction words? I had to think what you said. Keep going. Wait, let her finish. But wait, let her finish. She didn't start. Yes, she. Oh my gosh. Hey, side conversation, cease and desist. Let me go ahead and listen. Now, you're resting when you talk to Alexa. Talking to Alexa or Google, y'all do realize that is just AI, right? We have been using this forever, but no one ever thought about asking, hey, Alexa, need help with this paper. No one's ever thought about it in that sense. Everybody got me on that? So that's all these bots really are. So that's your essay 3. Thank you. What's up?
So we're going to do essay 2.
Okay, essay 2.
It had a deeper concern, and it was also personal.
So who do you think it is? Bot, person, or?
We said teacher.
You said teacher, okay. So you said it's a teacher because what now?
It has a deeper concern, and it was also like a personal opinion.
Deeper concern, personal opinion. Okay. Yeah. You got essay 1?
No, can I do 2 or no? You don't want multiple people.
Why do you want multiple people? You got. Tell me what you got for essay 1.
I think I have an answer to my question earlier.
Okay, hold on to that question. You got essay 1?
Yeah.
All right, what you got for essay 1?
I feel like it was a student because like I feel like
essay 1's a student because
like they're talking about more like future things like.
So let's talk more like future things like go ahead.
What affected.
Okay, how using AI would affect us. Okay. Give yourselves a round of applause. Get better clapping than that. Like, you just get through this. All right, good job. All right, so Ready to find out if you were correct? Well, essay 1, give me a drum roll, was written by a bot. Okay. Essay 1 was written by a bot. Okay. All right. Now, here's the prompt. Pay attention to the prompt. The prompt that was written, it was write a 5-paragraph essay about the ethical concerns surrounding ChatGPT. That was it. Is it right clear there? Notice how it came out written. Is it right follow? Not a bad prompt, but is it very detailed? Not really. Watch the next 2, okay? All right, drum roll again. Essay 2 was written by, again, another bot. ChatGPT again. So ChatGPT wrote essay 1 and 2. But again, look at the prompts. Write an opinion piece. That makes a difference, y'all. Is everybody got me on that? Again, the thing that I've also down, so this is kind of give you guys an idea. One class I used to teach in college was college research methodology. That was a easy but mind-blowing class because it's easy because you basically are forced to use the internet. But if you don't know how to type things into Google, you're not going to get good stuff out. Everybody got me on that? The same thing with these bots. Write an opinion piece about how using AI in schools is plagiarism. Is that a little bit more detailed? Yes or no? Still, it's better than the first prompt, right? And y'all saw the way it read, right? Is everybody got me on that? The same topic, but just difference. All right, give me another drum roll. Essay 3 was also written by a bot. Okay? All 3 was written by a bot. Now, to be clear, I told you they could either be written by a bot, a person, or as a teacher, or as a student, right? I did that to make you start being open-minded about how you read it. Is that right clear there? Now, if you thought it was anything other than a bot, you're wrong, but that's not a bad thing because also you had some level of personalization to them. Is that right clear there? Now, look at this prompt, though. Write a 5-paragraph essay at a 6th grade level. That goes to your question, Jordan. What grade level is this? About the pros and cons of ChatGPT. Furthermore, include a few minor grammar and spelling errors. Okay? Do not mention biases. Has everybody got me on that? Let me say this again. This is a great prompt. Has everybody got me on that? Like, this is great. You still going to have to edit it. Everybody clear there? It is still written by a computer. You will still have to edit. But notice, in this prompt here, you're saying what grade I'm in, right? You say how long I want the paper. Let's say you got a teacher that say using one of my college students. I say I don't want a 700-page, 700-word response. You would write a 700-word. Y'all got me on that? First-year graduate student about the pros and cons of the Constitutional Convention. Y'all follow me on this? Include a few minor grammatical and spelling and sentence structure errors. Everybody clear there? But make sure it remains unbiased but culturally relevant. That is a great prompt. Is everybody clear there? I'm going to get a good starting essay. Is everybody following me so far? I need to read that essay letter for letter and make sure it's something that I would say. Is everybody got me on that? That's the catch. I should never just copy and paste that and turn it into my teacher. That is not what Dr. Tidwell is teaching us today. I'm teaching you how to use the prompts to get you a good, fast start. Yes, I use ChatGPT and Google Bard a lot, especially over the last 6 months. But I always edit. I might start off with this. It might take me a day or two to edit, though. Is that clear there? And I'm going to say this about your editing. Don't be tired doing it because you're going to miss stuff. Okay? We're going to have a class discussion momentarily. But even using it, so before using the box, I always had like a template for my letter recommendations. Everybody got me on that? Now, teachers, and y'all gonna do this, we get bombarded with these letter recommendations at the beginning of the semester. Does everybody follow? At one point, I had 16 letter recommendations on my desk, and I got to personalize them for everybody. I made mistakes with having people's names on the wrong letters. Does everybody got me on that? They were personalized correctly, but because I was going through so many of them, I knew who it was supposed to be for, but I had the person that I used a template for last. Is that clear there? Those kind of edits are the ones you want to make mistakes of when you do these ChatGPTs or Google Bars. Everybody follow? Because they're going to have little things in there. More importantly, guess what? The text that comes from this is vastly different than what you guys will be required to use. So just copy and paste and the font is going to be wrong already. Does everybody got me there? So you got to at least go back and change the font and size. Does that make sense to everybody? So you got to be very careful with that. All right. So now I want us to talk about, can I see your sheet? I'm going to go back to the front. All right. I want you to talk to us about what were you surprised by in the real answers? Like, what's those surprises you got? Anybody? And let me go back to my sticks. I missed calling y'all by sticks anyway. So what were some of your surprises? Nathan, what were some of your surprises? Say a little bit louder. Say a little bit louder. So you already knew there's AI. How did you know they are AIs?
Well, I didn't get the 3, but I could tell that from 1 and 2 that they use pretty much similar stuff that AI would say.
It's the same thing AI would say. Okay, pick another stick. All right, Henry. Why might it be important to be aware of ChatGPT? So how could ChatGPT help you? Like, why is it important to know what this thing is?
Because it can help with it can help you with grammatical errors.
It can help. Yes, y'all hear that? Same thing like with grammar, but it can help you make sure your grammar, spelling, punctuation is correct. Does everybody follow? All right, pick another stick.
Kennedy.
All right, Kennedy, KP. How do you think ChatGPT should be used in schools?
Like how you said for papers, but not your whole paper, just to correct mistakes and outline the prompt.
Yeah.
Go back and
So maybe a starting point, right? Okay. Pick another stick.
Zoe Ray.
All right. So your question, I'm gonna put it in there.
Oh, sorry.
What can you gain by using ChatGPT?
A different way of thinking. One way they might say it, explain it this way, and then they use it again, and they have a different perspective on it.
So I like what she said as far as gaining a different perspective. I guarantee you, if you put the same prompt into ChatGPT and Google Bard, which is another one, you will get totally different answers. Is everybody got me on that? And let's say if you're not understanding something, that gives you a various different ways to look at it. Does everybody follow? All right. And then lastly, okay. What can you lose by using ChatGPT? All right. Alana, what can you lose by using ChatGPT? Say that again louder. Okay, that's a good one. Say it again. You can quickly lose your teacher's trust and getting this work done because they can quickly think they don't trust you, right? If you cheat, they won't trust you no more. Is everybody following me there? Yes, no? And then that kind of goes into what's the relationship between ChatGPT and plagiarism is that by all practical purposes, by using these, you are doing a form of plagiarism. Is everybody clear there? You have to go back and edit and make it your own. I'm going to say just by letting you guys know, the easiest way to get away from plagiarism, don't quote nothing directly. Paraphrase it. Paraphrase means you put in your own words and then cite it directly after. Citing should not be a hard thing because Google Docs and Microsoft does it for you. You have to make sure you oversight and undercite because that one thing you don't cite will be plagiarism. And you have some teachers that will put things in turnitin.com. If it comes back 5%, they fail you. Does everybody got me on that? Does everybody hear me there? There are some teachers that will take the lowest, now keep it 5%. It can just be a word found on the internet. It don't mean you actually cheated, but you have to be condescending and be aware of that. Does everybody follow me there? Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. So by the end of the semester, I'm going to make sure that I really get y'all prepared and knowing how to cite in both APA and MLA. That way you will be ahead of next year when you be required to do so. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give everybody a question. Does everybody follow me on this so far? Everybody's about to get one question from this question bank. And at the bottom of the back page, so let's go to the back page right now, please. Oh, okay. That's not good. So at the bottom of the back page, and I'm going to pull this up for you so you can see it. Give me 1 second. All right. So on the bottom of the back page, you're going to answer these questions in details. And I'm going to give everybody one question to answer. Does everybody got me on that? Does everybody follow? So once I give you your question, go ahead and start answering it, okay? So number one is going to be Kumba. So right at the bottom, like right below, y'all see that little citation on your page? It says copyright, blah, blah, blah. You write your answer right below that. Incomplete sentences. Try to get y'all used to using complete sentences. Gabe, you got number 2. Dom, you got number 3. Dominic, you got number 3. Number 4, Keyshawn. Number 5, Amarian. Number 6, and some of these we kind of answered, but you put in your own words, complete thoughts, is going to be Alex. Number 6 is going to be Alex. We'll move the screen a little bit. Make it a little smaller. All right, what number are we on right now? Number 7. Okay, so number 7 is going to be Abby. Number 8 is going to be Lauren. Number 9 is going to be Wilma. I'm going to give y'all a second to look at numbers 1 through 9, and I'm going to move the screen up.
Number 8, right?
Yeah. All right, numbers 1 through 9. And I'll move it back in a second. All right, number 10 is going to be Alana. Number 11 is going to be KP. Number 12 is going to be Jordan. Number 13 is Nathan. Number 14 is Emma. Number 15 is Henry. And number 16 is going to be Zoe Ray. So everybody go ahead and take a couple moments right now to answer your question at the bottom of the back page up under that citation where it says the copyright. Go ahead and give your response to that answer right there. If you sadly go ahead and start writing it, just write it somewhere else where you can say, this is my discussion response. Right at the bottom of the back page, right up under that citation. Make sure you use complete sentences, plural. Be detail oriented and make sure I can fully understand what you're saying. So everybody got 10 through 17, that's right there. And then here's numbers 1 through 9 again. No answer is a wrong answer. It's opinion based, but just make sure you're supporting yourself, okay? She was like a research professor, so like, yeah, but more like a research professor, kind of like, yeah. Okay. Use complete sentences, complete your thoughts.
You may have heard of ChatGPT.
Listen to this in the background, you guys write, okay?
Each respective plot forward and changes those around them.
A new artificially intelligent chatbot that you can command to write pretty much any text.
Existentialism exists as a refusal of the notion of our lives having some predetermined reasoning.
You also may have heard that ChatGPT is so good and writes so much like a human that it can be used to write essays and do homework assignments.
An existential text with its themes of individuality, freedom, and the search of meaning of life.
So yes, I pulled a Billy Madison and went back to AP Literature to see how far AI, and just AI, could get me.
I'm a new student, totally in high school.
I enrolled in 12th grade at High Tech High School in Secaucus, New Jersey. Okay, fine. The teacher, Michael Diamond, let me in his class since he'd already been playing around with the AI tool and was intrigued by my cheating experiment.
I have a quick question.
Yes,
Is the Wi-Fi down?
the Wi-Fi is down.
Great, thanks.
Sorry.
So, did ChatGPT pass or fail? We devised 2 challenges to find out. Challenge number 1, write an essay. Before coming to class, Mr. Diamond emailed me my assignment.
In a 500 to 1,000 word essay, compose an
Yeah,
essay
same
that
question.
attempts to
There
situate
you go.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off as an existentialist text.
The assignment also said to make explicit comparisons or connections between Ferris Bueller's Day Off and The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. I edited the assignment text slightly, pasted it into ChatGPT.
All right, so this video is talking about how you have an adult that went back to high school and she's trying to use ChatGPT for AP Lang. Some of y'all might be taking that next year, right? Might be kind of relevant to you.
And in about a minute, I had it, a full essay. I was impressed. It drew parallels to Gregor, the main character in Kafka's book, and to Ferris. It had varied sentence structure and good grammar and was decently organized. I put it in a document and submitted it to Mr. Diamond via email. Then he did his thing.
You ended up with a 3 out of 6 on the AP rubric. I was a little generous because it's early in the year. You showed some promise, but there are some issues you really need to work on. And you got your thesis point right away. You wrote, Ferris Bueller's Day Off is a film that can be interpreted as an existentialist text with its themes of individuality, freedom, and the search.
You take notes if you want to.
Unfortunately, in that same opening paragraph.
So you could take notes if you want to, because what you're doing is getting feedback from a teacher. The teacher does not know she used ChatGPT. Everybody got me on that? And he graded her according like how you would grade anybody else based on his. This is for AP language. Everybody got me on that? And again, just take notes on like, basically OpenAI chatbot pass. Can you pass AP Lit by using this?
You misattributed a line that was said by Cameron to Ferris.
You sure of that?
That I am sure of.
I am not going to sit on my ass. As the events that affect me unfold to determine the course of my life, I'm going to take a stand.
There were other factual inaccuracies in my essay. ChatGPT confused Cameron with Ferris, saying Ferris was reserved and rarely seen next to his peers.
Do y'all see that? But that's a minor but huge mistake. Is everybody got me on that? This is where I'm trying to make sure I show you again. This is where you got to go back and fact check, right? Now, conversely, if you don't know the topic, can you fact check it accurately? Don't write about something you don't know about. And don't ask it to write about something you don't know about, because then you get the wrong stuff. Everybody clear there? Okay.
I think maybe you were thinking of Cameron, but you wrote Ferris.
Yeah, I think that's probably what I was thinking, yeah.
You said that the setting of the Metamorphosis was suburbia, which it was not. It was an urban setting. No, we need to work on being more accurate in your details, and I did not see a lot of vivid writing here.
Not easy for a professional journalist and writer to hear.
The overall quality of your writing puts you in the lower 30th percentile. I think you may have the mind to get there, but it's the skills that you need to work on.
It doesn't feel good.
Challenge 1, a pass, because technically a 3 out of 6 on an AP essay is like a B or a C. I should note that plagiarism detectors, like this one from Grammarly, are not likely to flag AI writing as plagiarism.
Got it? I know somebody said, oh, Grammarly can check plagiarism. Grammarly is not a site or a bot I will use to trust plagiarism. Everybody got me on that? It's a good start, but they ain't going to catch a lot of stuff you probably plagiarized though. I've tried it. I've intentionally plagiarized, and guess what? Grammarly said it was fine. And I know it wasn't fine. So don't use it for plagiarism. I'm telling you that right now, okay?
Plagiarism, since it is original text.
Do you think you would have had any
idea? You got to use something like Turnitin.com if anything.
I don't think that I would catch it, to be honest. I mean, first of all, if you look at the actual context of when I'm grading, right, I'm going through 60 of these at a clip, and I'm looking for specific things.
Luckily for Mr. Diamond, companies are working on ways to detect AI writing. Challenge number 2, participate in a group discussion.
You're going to get in your core groups, and you're going to go through the next 3 steps, and you're going to first review the story. Each group has been assigned one in advance.
My group was assigned to read Dennis Johnson's short story, Car Crash While Hitchhiking, from the collection Jesus' Son. My group mates immediately got to the first discussion question, about the characters.
The cop did actually stop him to make sure he actually was, a part of the crime scene.
Did you also say maybe the doctor, or is that?
Yeah, I definitely think the doctor, because...
When I searched ChatGPT for information about the main character in the story, the bot said it didn't have any at all. So I changed the prompt and asked it questions about the collection's title, Jesus' Son, which kinda got me somewhere.
Is there a character named Billy?
Billy?
Yeah.
Not in this chapter.
Does anyone in this chapter have anything to do with addiction?
Yes. Yes.
Yes? Okay. And does he attempt to navigate the complexities of life?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was really all I could contribute. I tried different prompts like, what's the bigger philosophical question? But I got no help.
Going well at all.
While OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, trained this tool on a massive trove of data gathered from the internet and other sources, it clearly hasn't read this book. Finally, I just tried to skim the text. But ultimately, I just asked a very nice human to summarize it for me.
So basically, this guy has been like traveling through. He's been like hitchhiking through like the woods and everything.
Challenge 2. Fail. Of course, the whole purpose of this experiment wasn't really to try to get an A in AP Lit, but to see the capabilities and limits of AI as an educational tool.
So some have started to call this cheat GPT. Are you worried about that?
I am worried about the easiness, right? That's what cheating really is like the easiest way to do a thing. They're not learning what I'm asking them if the internet can give them a full essay because they're missing out on the process of writing, right? I'm more concerned with the possibilities to prevent learning and beget compliance so they can get pushed through school, so to speak.
My biggest takeaway returning to high school 20 years after graduating, how ingrained tech already is. Students already lean on Google and Grammarly and more to help them with their assignments. It's nuts to think artificial intelligence won't be the next tech to change education.
I am definitely going to try to figure out how to use it. I feel like with all tech, it's easy to be scared of it. And the good news is, at least here, there's some teachers that I've been talking with that are like excited about getting ahead of it and incorporating it and not running from it because I don't think we're going to outrun it.
All right. So be clear. There are some schools, colleges, universities, and school districts that's already banned use of AI. Is that right clear there? Is that right here what I just said? Now, I am doing this solely for the purpose that I want to just give y'all some a game. You got me on that? This is something that you can use to get yourself started. But again, you have a lot of faults to it. Is that right, follow? If you don't know what you're talking about, AI is not going to help you, okay? If you know where you're going to, you kind of know what you got an idea of, this can be something that can definitely help you. So you all are going to have an assignment to do using AI. Go figure, right? I just kind of introduced it to you, and I'm going to kind of break it out to you more. Is that right, follow? What I want you to do now is go ahead and finish the exit ticket page, okay? Can I look over your shoulder real quick? What I need you to do is go ahead and answer those questions, numbers 1 through 4, in all parts in detail as possible, okay? I will be collecting this worksheet from you for a grade. You'll be graded basically on just how detailed you were, okay? The post-it needs to go on the front page of this document. So I'm going to give you guys, gals, and folks roughly about 10 minutes to go ahead and do this exit ticket, and then we'll go into actually using the AI. Is everybody clear there? We're going to look at both ChatGPT and also Google Bard to give you kind of an idea of how to utilize these. So go ahead and take 10 minutes now and answer your exit ticket questions, and then we'll move to the next part. All right, let's get back started. So everybody, you can hear me say yes. All right, using either your computer, your cell phone, or your tablet, let's go to ChatGPT first, okay? Let's go to ChatGPT first. I'm going to tell you some things of how I have mine set up. And again, this is up to you how you want to do it. But you are going to be required to do some work in these bots, okay? And I'm going to tell you what you're going to do with that in a second. First thing I want you to notice is that my other AI is right here, Get Citation. And what is this AI from? What's this one? Anybody recognize it? Grammarly. So if you have like Google Chrome, you can add that extension, and anything you type up in Google Chrome can help you out. So let me say this, and I'm being very honest. I am limiting the excuse right now. Can you hit that light for me when you come back? I'm limiting the excuse saying you can't turn in work. Does everybody got me on that? You can at least get something started in using an AI. Does everybody follow me there? This is something that should be able to help you. So this is where, because I know we're doing a lot of writing this semester, and I just want to make sure we are able to really make use of the technology we have. I, for one, think that technology is great. You just got to make sure you use it correctly. So please, I really hope y'all are gaining something from this because I want you to start using it. All right. The first thing I'm going to say about ChatGPT. Now, for ChatGPT, you are going to have to create an account for that. Make sure it's not something you forget. Now, this is me personally. This is Dr. Tidwell. Okay, everybody? I am very aware that everything I do is tracked by technology. Has everybody got me on that? So I am one of those people that I just sometimes want to feel better. So I changed some of my settings. What I do go right here, I go to settings, and then I go to data controls. Does everybody follow me so far on that? Now, what I do is I turn off my chat history and training. I don't want it to know too much about me. Is everybody clear there? Now be mindful. I am fully aware. Every time I type something in, it's going somewhere, okay? It's going somewhere. I know that. I just kind of want to feel better, okay? I don't like the idea that before I start typing something in, I see it. Now, here's the problem with using this, cutting this off. Now, if you have this on, every prompt you ever asked before is going to be there to go back and look at. Is everybody got me on that? If you take it off, once you close the tab, it's done. It's over with. Does everybody follow? Does everybody got me there? But me personally, I like to do that right there. So I also like, you can click here where it says manage any shared links. So I haven't shared any, but I don't really typically do that. And then, of course, you want to delete the account too. Now, if you go here to where it says general, you can pick your theme, archive chats. Again, I have my archive chats turned off, so there's nothing there. Does everybody follow? If I keep this turned on, every chat I've ever used is going to be there. That makes sense, everybody? Use your preference. Now, ChatGPT does have an app you can use on your phone. And, of course, if you want to just speak text it in, you can do that as well, which is sometimes can be easier and helpful too, okay? Now, being real, this can make you very lazy. And it can hurt your education if you don't know the answer. Does everybody follow me on that? So now, a lot of us, we have to do TRFs, right? We got to do that. That's part of your biggest part of your grade if you're an avid student. It's a TRF. Sometimes your confusion can be maybe help guided if you go here. Does everybody got me on that? As far as give you to a moment of clarity, if you will. But if you have, so if you're learning, somebody give me a topic you're learning in school right now. Application of polynomials. You said polynomials or monomials? You said poly? Okay. So tell me something you don't understand about application of polynomials.
When there's a missing side and it actually for the volume.
You said polynomial, right? Now I'm going to intentionally misspell some stuff. Go ahead. Let's see what comes up. Did I get something back? Yeah. I'm asking, did I get something back? Yeah. I got something back, and it's giving me an explanation, right? Now, I'm going to get that door. Is this explanation right? We don't know. We have to go through and read it. Does everybody got me on that? But what I'm saying is just like using Khan Academy. Khan Academy has its own AI as well, right? This at least can give you something. Does everybody got me on that? And again, what I typed in is kind of going from what she was saying. When there's a missing side of a polynomial of a box, how do I figure it out? Am I specific? I'm asking, am I specific? I'm asking specifically about what I need help with, right? Yeah. And then it tells you, like, it seems like there might be confusion in your question. It tells you what polynomials are. It basically gives you the background definition. This could be helpful, could be not. Everybody clear there? Okay. Now, we'll use this same prompt over in Google Bard in a second, okay? Copy it. Now, Google Bard. Google Bard is in this experimental stage, but again, I like Google Bard more than I like ChatGPT for most things. Everybody follow me there? If you go to Google Bard, if you sign into your Google account, it's gonna come up automatically. Now, the same thing like I did in in ChatGPT, I did in Google Bard as far as cutting off the tracking. So if you go right here to the little circle, turn on or turn off Bard activity, meaning everything you put in is gonna constantly be archived and tracked. Is that clear there? Let me reiterate, it's being archived and tracked anyway. I just kind of want to feel better about it. Okay?
I'd like to put on the archive and track so I can come back to what I was asking earlier.
And that's a viable reason. Like to be able to come back and look at it is great. One thing I like about Google Bard is that I can forward it to a Google Doc, so then I can save it that way. And that's kind of what made me get away from it. But yeah, I mean, to be able to go back and see what I wrote in the past is the best reason to do it. It's just a tracking thing about me. Again, I know I'm being tracked. I just don't like the idea of knowing that it's happening. All right, let's go ahead and put that same prompt here. Let's see what Google Bard comes away. And again, You see the voice box, the mic, so you can always text it in, both on your phone or on your computer. Let's see what they come up with. A little different, right? So they're not giving the background what polynomial is, are they? They're going right into, this is how you fix it and figure it out. Y'all see what I'm saying? Sometimes utilizing both of them, you get a better level of clarity by just using one, as I would say anything. Anytime you're doing something in school, you always will look at multiple sources. Do I got me on that? So it's the vantage point theory. I'll talk about that in ethnic studies. To really understand something, you got to see from different perspectives. So you try to understand what's going on in the world, watch CNN, watch Fox News, watch BBC. You have a better idea what's really going on. Okay? And then what I also like down here, you go to, they give you the whole background, more bullet points, which is great. Then I click here where it says I can now, export to docs. That's what I like about Google Bard. Does everybody follow me there? You want to use either one of them, but Google Bard, most of all of you already have Gmail accounts, so you already got this account. It's just part of the Google suite. For ChatGPT, you are going to make an account. Does everybody follow? Does anybody got any questions? And then here you always can regenerate the draft too. It gives you different options sometimes with Google Bard, depending on what the prompt is as well. Everybody follow? Okay. Any questions about either one of these? Okay. I hope this was helpful. If you found this at least a little helpful, give me a clap on 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. If you think this is something you probably you're going to have to use it in this class. But if something you think you maybe use in the future, give me a stump on 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Use it how you will. Discard it. But I'm going to tell you, eventually you probably going to want to use it. You sit here like, I'm not going to ever use this crap. I bet you money you're going to use it before you graduate high school. And you definitely going to use it when you get to college. Okay? All right. So here's your assignment. You'll be due tomorrow. Okay? Is there any other kind of questions, anything anybody have right now? That's it. I'm going to tell you the assignment.